GenG stay on top!
Two of the top offenses from the Swiss stage yesterday do battle today. Number 3, Shopify Rebellion, and the number 6 seed. Yes, the 6th seed who had to go to round 5, GenG MOBIL1 Racing. Can Rebellion continue their rapid pace, or will GenG slow them down?
Together, they're more adaptable than almost any other team in North America. It's up to Shopify Rebellion to really meet them at the punch. This is what you're going to deal with. Appjack, who seems to never rotate back to his own half. He's always downfield, and when his team puts together a nice touch like that, why wouldn't you be?
And it's Chronic playing the role of trigger man there from the wing.
Now Rebellion, what was going to be a counterattack, you don't get it. Appjack, again on the aerial 50s, always knows how to place his car, and he gets another one right in front of the box for the dunk. 2-0 for GenG.
And Appjack joins the 20-goal club as he has just about it. It's hard to say single-handedly.
Chronic, still, that's a good pass, and he just missed it. Chronic had that close angle on the upper 90 covered, and no one from Rebellion will get back to that touch. They send the house, and they fail to break it.
And that's one where, again, you've got an opportunity to shoot at everything, and they kind of put it in the one spot. Obviously, it was not on target to begin with.
Chronic playing pretty well on defense today.
G2 looked very comfortable against M80 earlier, and I think GenG is playing with that same level of comfort. I don't think they feel like at any point Shopify Rebellion is going to threaten them as Chronic dances down the field again. Beautiful setup to get past Two-Piece and Parth. Justin can't get back in time, and it's Appjack adding another, because GenG are threatening again near the midway point of this second game. Apparently Jack trying to hang around there, and then again with the win from way downtown. 2-1.
It happened to them again. Two-Piece flipping forward, trusting that Parth is gonna get there. He's not even looking at Chronic. He's got ball vision, he's got tunnel ball vision. Back to Justin, expends the tank. First killer gets the touch, and he's got the follow-up back to Jack. Two-Piece, it's over his head again. There can't be any faith. Rebellion gotta stop praying, and they gotta start thinking a little bit more here, because they're not winning these 50s. Parth, I can understand why Two-Piece is there. Again, Stacks, you're down by 1. There's only 15 seconds remaining.
Rebellion has not converted. Justin runs out of boost, getting up for that ball. Two-Piece doesn't have much to work with. First killer, drop down to Chronic, who bullies it through, and he gets his second of the series.
And there's just too much to contend with heading back down the field if you're Two-Piece. You got 2 pads on your way back, and then he dices you up like that.
But it looks like Shopify Rebellion hanging around in this game, and things are turning around slowly but surely. They have to stop this, though, and they do not.
Oh, it came down for free. You gotta look from the guy taking the 50s perspective, and that is Chronic going up and leaves it. First killer, we'll get it. Looking at Chronic's perspective.
Unfortunately, GenG have an answer for that, Justin. They've got 3 answers for him, and then apparently Jack almost scores this. That one's left for Chronic. You just can't relax at all against GenG.
Honestly, what are you supposed to do here? Justin tries his best. Appjack absolutely crushes him on the 50, and Parth, unfortunately, in that
first killer barely caught up to that ball, and it worked out perfectly as he is able to find apparently Jack, and then he pinballs that one in. And you know what? Sometimes it really is just your day.
Oh, Two-Piece turns around. He does not see Jack. He's watching the ball. It comes down, and
then GenG. G2. End of list.
In NA, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
Snowmen are starting to make a little bit of an argument, don't you think? We'll see if they can keep it up. Because GenG, ultra consistent. And even when they do lose games you don't expect, they always find a way to recover. Two-Piece, that's just a product of GenG creating opportunities. As Parth wins another ball, we'll see if Rebellion can turn this into anything. Something tells me you won't see another miscue. I'll tell you something, Stacks. I've been out here sounding like GenG Dazzler with how much I've just been like, you sound like First Killer might be my favorite player or something like that. I promise you, I've gotten nothing from GenG.
Send one on target. Two-Piece has to block it way out in front. Here comes apparently Jack again. First killer can score from here, and does.
No boost for Justin. He went as fast as he could across, but when Parth loses the 50, when Justin's 50 goes right back to First Killer, there's not much you're going to be able to do. I think you saw him low.
With GenG MOBIL1 Racing erasing any of the doubts from the Swiss stage yesterday, a 4-0 sweep has GenG in yet another semifinal.
Good job from GenG. And while a Swiss that may have some fans scratching their head.
Spring is in the air, but there's a cold front moving through. The Snowmen trying to spring. I guess it would be an upset. I mean, this is the number 2 seed from the Swiss, so we don't know exactly how good they are. This is their litmus test. Can they run it back and take down GenG again when it matters most?
Invasive of Frosty to just continue to push forward one touch after the other and then allow his teammate to get the finish off that one. But off the kickoff is first killer. If you're gonna score, listen, you gotta be absolutely prepared for the kickoff responses that are gonna come right after.
It's a kickoff that just dies at the middle. Make it himself. Frosty waiting underneath. And Snowmen have their attack stall out there.
You got a minute and 35-ish to go, but Jack said, no, we're gonna tie it up right here. He had quite a bit of space to work with. Again, the pinch and the air dribble over. Frosty tried to get it read, but even a touch off that one is not enough to stop Jack's efforts to push that ball through.
Way out in front.
I will say I am a little nervous about how high up Snowmen are playing and cheating for this, because this is what I was anticipating. They all three were out fairly far, and then this demo comes out, and it kind of almost scrambles the rotation for everybody to get back, and you can see it reveal the first player could have taken it and taken a shot of their own, but I don't know, it's so discombobulating for the defense at times, but the same can be said for the Snowmen when first killer is in your face. A pinch off the side to follow all the way through, and it bounces up and down on that one. GenG pressure doesn't stop. Here comes first killer, leaves this one. Jack again, corner, shot from first. This one's in. GenG up by 2 with 2:08 left on the clock.
3 out of their 4 shots have found the net. First killer, 100%. Lethal, at least for the moment, but it's coming right back in, courtesy of Chronic and first killer. Chronic's shot is high on an open net, and he can't get the follow. Reveal was with him. There's first killer with his 4th of the series.
Oh my God, you talk about, Snowmen looking slightly discombobulated. This is pure panic. You are...
And Scribbles will clear this away. They caught Chronic out. Frosty, double tap. Oh, he hit it on the goal line, and it's cleared away.
I can't even imagine the pressure that Snowmen start to feel knowing you have the opportunity to take GenG to match point unless they score here, and they do. 17 seconds in, and an on-ground pass over to first killer and back to Jack gives GenG a lead in the final moments of game 4.
Just looking for some kind of escape, and they're not finding much. Oh, great pass. Jack over to Chronic, and they just made him look silly.
That was huge, and you could see it, that they saw the amount of space they could find between each other if they just pinballed this back and forth.
Back to GenG. And now apparently Jack up first for this. Great pass down to Chronic. Surely they score again. They do!
That is a huge flick also from him. Look at this pass down over to Chronic. He said, I'm just going to take his time. Reveal was trying to figure out where he was going to go. And GenG, they just said, just place it up high. Every effort and every shot that GenG have put on target.
Oh, that ball drops down for apparently Jack, and the Jack attack is alive and well. GenG back in front.
That was the biggest curse I think I've done in real time, is to commend the Snowmen defense for once. GenG up by 1 with less than a minute to go in game 5.
How are Snowmen going to answer this one? I mean, this looks very similar to game 1, but this shot just wide, and Chronic the follow-up, and it really is similar to game 1, where GenG would go in front, Snowmen would answer back, then Snowmen would answer again, then GenG answered.
They're not afraid. They're still going. First killer off the backboard. Follow-up from Chronic. It's a slow floater towards that net, and still Snowmen walk away with the saves.
Oh, this one just barely snakes through. Chronic, listen, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. As that one gets through Scribbles, a little awkward there, couldn't get to it.
Just one of the rarer clears that we've seen. It's reveal off the backboard, but Frosty just too awkward. It's a free shot for apparently Jack to catch them off guard. And again, I've said this time and time again, the moment Snowmen cheat up just a bit too much, GenG see it from a mile away. GenG are headed to their third grand final.
Grass is green, water is wet, and we're on pace perhaps for another GenG G2 final. GenG have held up their end of the bargain. Some relief on the faces of all the members of GenG. And of course, Chrome just in there like, see, I told y'all we'd win. We're here to crown a winner here in this fourth qualifier, the first of the second half of the season. GenG and G2 will go at it again, and here we go.
A matchup tale as old as time as far as North America is concerned. Who is going to be the better matchup? Who's taking the crown at the end of the day once again?
Who's getting 20 points to start the second qualifying process? It's First Killer with the opening goal as GenG continues their momentum after winning 4 straight over the Snowmen in the semis. And G2, again, they've had plenty of opportunities. Jack just got there ahead of beast mode, but still have nothing to show for it except a truckload of shots and a 2-goal deficit as well. 6 shots, 6 near misses, and then GenG does this on the other half.
What happened here? It looked like it was just like an awkward bump on Daniel a little bit.
But again, Chronic recovers, and GenG tap dance their way out of trouble, and Chronic will put game 1 away.
Listen, there's a player that I talked about in the first GenG series of the day against Snowmen that I think deserves a little bit more credit than they've been given, and it is Chronic.
A pretty wide open shot. So now Atomic will bring it across. I'll tell you what, it's been very awkward for both these squads. Apparently Jack lets one rip in the final minute. GenG's on the board.
There you have it. It was an attempt to get this one out, but First Killer's touch was a perfect setter over to Jack in the placement and speed.
He's got options. Opts for himself. He's got Atomic waiting out in front, and apparently Jack feeds that to First Killer, and GenG strike first in the blink of an eye.
Oh man, that happened probably faster than anybody would have anticipated as far as G2 was concerned, and on target it goes.
Clever passing play, similar to what they did to Snowmen, but G2 are no Snowmen. First Killer, though, will score here. Everybody got demolished on the side of G2. You see the one beat in the backfield. Atomic just plays that one laterally. He didn't have a solid play on it at all, at least out of danger for the moment. Now, this is not the level we expect out of these two teams. First Killer just has a sitter right in his lap, and it's a tie game.
Man, you talk about, this isn't quite the level that we are used to seeing these two teams at. This is at least...
Atomic went to the outside, stopping First Killer from getting to the wall and trying to create out of the zone. But in the end, it is First Killer who gets his, and GenG are 1 win away from slaying G2 again.
You can't stop First Killer. It's fair to say either team at times, but for now, GenG, they just want to close this one out. Bar, goal, and down. It's through. It's in. GenG have tied up game 6.
A solo effort out of apparently Jack. Just running forward, hope that the car is in the way. And drop that back up for Atomic, but it's easily cleared away. Daniel dumps it back in, and Chronic and Jack both up for that ball at the same time. Watch out for Beast Mode. Oh, what a save!
That was a massive save out from First Killer.
Listen, when all of these players in this final are on, like really on, there's no stopping them. Apparently Jack has that one go through as well. A rare breakdown for G2 defensively after that win by Chronic, and Jack ends up in an offside position in behind the defense. Chronic trying to kind of pace that one down for apparently Jack. This ball finding a lot of space, so GenG having to burn a lot of boost to get to it. Now only 1 to beat. First Killer now, follow up, ties the game from Chronic.
Massive demo, massive play, just nothing but perfection from this squad at times. Tied game at 33 seconds. from none other than Chronic. One shot is wide. There's there a follow-up to come after? Not quite. It's a team bump, though, which could be detrimental to G2. Pass over to one. Jack is in, and GenG stay on top.
GenG stay feasting. They fend off G2's comeback effort with a team play created by a team bump by the perennial top runners of North America. One fatal error, and it's GenG on top in the end.